Hello there everyone, and welcome to the behind the scenes video for my most recent stop motion, the Order 66 stop motion. If you haven't seen that yet, I'll put an info card right now, and I will also have a link in the description. Definitely go check that out first. This is going to be a video documenting kind of how I worked on the stop motion, starting from the actual stop motion phase and the building the sets phase, all the way through the Adobe Premiere and Adobe After Effects portions. So if you like behind the scenes videos, or if you want to learn how to do stop motion, this might be entertaining. This was also showing you guys how I did it for stop motion, and I haven't done a stop motion in a few years, so this was definitely relearning a lot of the old stop motion techniques and learning a lot more new skills for the Adobe portion, because I'm fairly new to that stuff. So if you guys are kind of interested in stop motion and behind the scenes stuff, this is definitely the video for you. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll just get started. So welcome to behind the scenes of my latest stop motion, the Order 66 type stop motion, Jedi vs. Clones. This is the second night of filming. I thought I'd record some behind the scenes stuff in case anyone who is interested in this type of stuff wants to watch behind the scenes for it. Second night, I've been going at this for probably an hour so far, and the minifigure has moved, Jedi has moved from that end of the shipping container to right here, and he's grabbed his lightsaber. That took an hour to do. Stop motion is tedious and takes a very long time, but it's also very, very rewarding when you put it all together. So this setup is pretty basic. Just red light. All the lights went off in the building, and the red is supposed to be like an emergency light. So I've just got a kind of a small LED light. It's like $30 on Amazon. This is probably one of the best lights to buy if you're into filming Lego stuff or just videography in general. You can bring it with you. You can attach it on top of your camera. I'll try to leave a link below if I can find it again. But it's very, very helpful. And it's got these covers. So there's a red cover on it right now. You also can get like blue, green, stuff like that. So I've got a red one right there, and it projects this really cool really cool red light. So yeah, I mean, it's not super exciting behind the scenes stuff, but I thought I'd document a little bit of this, so I'm going to get back to work. Also, I guess before I get back to work, I also should mention I also had this lighting set up. So this is all using kind of Lego lights. So I believe these are brick loot lights. I have them built on top of these stands, 1x2 stands, and then you can see all the cords, and then they're attached right there. And they just give some nice overhead light. So there are a few shots where I use just kind of a plain white light, which looks really cool. These lights do a great job of just, you're able to put them in small places, obviously, because they're Lego lights. I've used them on numerous Brickworld projects. So they're from Brick Loot. So I'll, again, try to leave a link below. And they attach to, I don't know if you can see it down there. It's a USB port, has like 7 slots or something like that. And that just plugs into the wall. All right, we're back, guys. And I've finished the second night of filming. That was probably about 3.5 hours here of filming stuff. It's like I said, it takes a long time to animate, so I don't know how long I actually animated tonight. We'll see when I put it all together, but probably around 30 seconds to a minute. Back here, you can kind of see somewhat of a lighting setup again with the red light. And something to note about stop motion is all about perspective and angles. So as you can see, this is the set. It's literally just a wall, but that wall I've actually reused like 3 or 4 times. But I've switched around the angles and the position of the camera to make this seem like a new wall. And kind of, since it takes place all in the same building, it's okay to reuse the same walls if somebody notices, but it's all background walls. So don't really, stop motion takes a lot of time, so don't spend more time than you need to building extra sets. If you have a good camera position and a good angle, you can manipulate kind of what the audience sees and reuse parts of your set and kind of move them around in different ways and position the camera to make it look like a different wall. So that's something to keep in mind. I don't know if that made any sense, but if you guys have done stop motion before, I think you guys know what I mean. Another way to look at it is, this is supposed to be like a room, but I mean, again, the whole left side is empty. The whole right side is actually empty. That is propped up against a few bricks. It's just one wall, and it's not very tall. But all the audience sees is that wall with the figures, so you think it's a room or a hallway. So that kind of wraps up what I was talking about. That probably made no sense, but another behind the scenes. I'm going to get started on putting these together and editing. All right, everyone. So just got done for night 3 of filming. You can kind of see the setup here. We've got some lights, same lights we used earlier, hooked up to the USB port. And then we're on a gray base plate with kind of a half base plate back there. You see some walls and then our main figures. This was the exciting night because we got to work with Vader, even though it's very short, as well as Commander Cody. I thought Cody would be a cool addition because I don't have a lot of 501st, so I can't really do the whole Vader's fist hunting down Jedi thing because I just don't have that many 501 figures. So I was like, you know what, let's just try 212th. Maybe Vader's working with Cody. I think that'd be kind of a cool twist. Kind of a nightmare scenario where Cody is forced to keep hunting down Jedi after Order 66. And then Vader is also working with him. I just thought that'd be a nice little cool touch and cameo by Cody because I'm using the 212th for this video. And then there's our main crew of Jedi and Rebels. So yeah, nothing too really special about filming tonight. I had the red light set up again. The problem I'm seeing here is I haven't been able to take video of the camera setup because I'm using this camera to record the filming for the stop motion and recording for these behind the scenes segments. Because earlier you can see some plates. I had a whole plate set up and I had the camera on top of the plates to angle it the proper way, and a bunch of cool setups like that that I'm not really able to show you guys because this is the main camera I use for both behind the scenes and actual pictures. But yep, here's just a quick update. Nothing too special. Not complicated lighting setup at all. Just have those 2 pillars with the lights right there, and then another pillar right there. Wiring's all behind you. You don't see the wiring, and you don't see these pillars at all either. USB ports over there, plugged into the wall, and just gives it kind of a nice overhead light. So yeah, excited to put this into the edit. Alright guys, so here's another quick update. I'm filming the final scene tonight. It's the largest one, most characters, most choreography in terms of blasters and lightsabers, so I don't know how this is going to go. We'll see. I'm just kind of showing you guys I have to build the set still, and before I build the set I kind of map out what's going to go on in the scene. So a lot of time for movies and brick films, you kind of do storyboards, but I decided not to do storyboards for this one because this was like an impromptu stop motion. Like I didn't really plan it out all that much. This is more of just a practice. So right now I get all the minifigs out, and then I just kind of mess around and almost play around with them, trying to see what I want the figures to do in terms of choreography. So I get all the figures set up, I do the choreography, and then after that I actually build the set. So I'm almost done figuring out all the minifigure positions and choreograph, and then I'll start on the set soon after that. Alright guys, this is night... oh goodness, what night is this? 4? I think, night 4 of filming. This is the final night. If everything goes according to plan, I might have to push it to tomorrow night. But here's the set. Again, pretty basic setup. I've been focusing more on the actual stop motion instead of the set. I haven't put as much work into the set as I plan to in the future, because this one I'm just trying to practice mostly just the stop motion part because I haven't done it in years. It's been a few years. So yeah, here's the set. Nothing too crazy about it. You can kind of see we've got glass window panels over there, and then behind it got a bunch of those brick loot lights shining through. Again, on camera it's kind of supposed to look like that's a window outside, and you got one of those kind of like Coruscant type underworld signs with the bright colors, some neon coming off of it. I didn't really try to do any neon for this. I don't plan to. I might touch some stuff up in post to make it neon, but right now it's just kind of that white light. It's supposed to be kind of a big sign shining through the window on this scene. Pretty cool. Having fun with it. I just ended with a shot, and now it is time to resume filming and hopefully finish this up by tonight. Alright guys, so I guess that's a wrap on this night of filming and the production as a whole. I might have to do a few reshoots, so I might have to do those, but I don't think I'll do any updates on those. This is fun. I forgot how tedious stop motion is. but I still enjoy it quite a bit. So I'm done for now. I'm going to go start editing, and then I'll update you guys throughout the editing process as well. Alright guys, as you can see, we are here in Adobe After Effects. So I thought I'd show you one of these shots right here. This is where our Jedi is just deflecting 2 blaster bolts. Quick, if you guys haven't used After Effects before, I'm just getting into it. And it's extremely time consuming, especially since I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm looking up a lot of tutorials, trying to figure it out as well. And I'm happy with the way a lot of the effects came out, but there's a few of them that I'm like, not the best. I still can't really... I didn't really figure out entirely how to make the lightsaber kind of move in a wavy form. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it might when you watch it. But overall, the blaster effects I really like. The lightsaber looks good, except for when my Jedi's swinging it around, it kind of seems to lag a little bit. I can't get the motion, not really motion blur, but the blur of the saber quite right. That would take me a lot of time to try to figure out. So right now, there's some of the effects where I'm not super happy with them, but I think for this one, where this is kind of just a test stop motion, I think I'm pretty happy with the way they turned out. So the thing that takes the most time about the stop motions are every time that lightsaber moves, you have to set an individual keyframe. So you'll see all this stuff over here, and then all the stuff in the timeline. Each of these little dots, you can see I stopped them on there. Each of those dots represents where the blaster is at one point in time. So as we move, we'll just start over here. So I put the blaster in, that's one of these, I don't know which line, I think it's like the second one. So essentially, when this thing moves, you'll see here, the blaster enters the screen, the blue blaster mark. Right here, my cursor of the mouse, there's the blue blaster bolt, and you drop that in there. So this is the blaster bolt, and essentially, anytime you want it to move, you have to manually select these keyframes. So you see it kind of started back here and moved that way. You have to set these manually. So you can see all these little ones, and then those are all spots for the blaster bolt, and then it gets blocked back, so it starts going back. And you have to do this for every single frame of the movie. You see I still need to fix that, that's an error. But you can see how the blaster bolt moves, and you have to set that for all the keyframes. You also have to do that for all the lightsaber stuff. So those are down here, and you'll see all these keyframes for the lightsaber as well. So that's what takes so long, is you have to individually set all these keyframes. At least that's the only way I know how to do it. I haven't found a more efficient way to do it except for manually keyframing. So that is why it's taking so long to do these shots, and there's a lot of these shots in the movie, especially lightsaber shots. Now, this isn't even the most complicated shot. There's a lot of other ones where the complete timeline is just all those little keyframes. So this one was a fairly quick shot to do just with this. But yeah, there's a little insight to a lot of the blaster effects and lightsaber effects. Overall, they could be a lot better on my end, but I'm still trying to learn how to do all this stuff. So I think it turned out pretty well for this project, and I hope it looks good enough, and I hope you guys like the quality of the special effects in this stop motion. Alright guys, so we're here in Premiere, and I have pretty much finished editing this entire thing. So you can see down here, this is the timeline, and then obviously if you zoom in, you got all these individual stuff, which includes sound effects, blaster effects, music on the bottom track there, all sorts of different stuff. That just gives you an idea of all the little small stuff in the timeline and all the tracks, audio tracks that you can have. Premiere is a great program to use for editing stuff. But it is like a monthly subscription thing. As I said earlier, our month was almost out, so I've been trying to finish this. It is, I don't know if you can see down there, March 29th, and I just have the logo. I have to do some sort of title logo. That's the last thing I have to do, and then we're done. So I think I'm going to finish on time. I think I checked April 3rd is when the subscription ends, so got a few more days here, should be good. And yeah, I just wanted to show you guys the Premiere timeline because I think it was interesting. If you guys haven't done editing stuff before, or you're kind of wanting to get into it, if you want to use Premiere as a program, this is you have a lot of room for different audio tracks, which is really, really nice, because eventually you'll have to layer a lot of sounds. As you can see in there, there's lots of different sounds that are layered in there, sound effects, all sorts of stuff. So yep, I'm pretty much done editing. I just have to move on to some sort of title card, and then I will be good to go. Alright, that's it for the behind the scenes video. Definitely let me know if you liked these type of videos, and let me know if I should keep doing some more stop motion. So put any feedback in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great day, and may the force be with you always.